Spock, official statistics. When my experience contradicts the number wins. Why?
Notice the asymmetry, Captain. The number is called the data. Your life is called anecdote. That is the case. The aggregate is not a lie. It is built from real work, but from definitional choices and coverage gaps, and it is weakest exactly where life is hardest to measure. Precarious, informal, churning work.
So you are not saying statistics are fake.
Narrower and harder. The authority of the number is laundered. The precision it projects stands in for a certainty it does not have, and that borrowed certainty is then used to overrule the very people it was meant to describe.
Make the case for the number first.
In full, because it is strong. Official statistics are a genuine public good. You cannot govern, fund a hospital, draw an electoral map, or hold power to account without a shared, independent count. And the alternative to public statistics is not no numbers, but worse ones, supplied by whoever has an interest in the answer. A full enumeration, like the census head count, is reliable. None of what follows is an argument against measuring.
Only against one move.
A move that measuring makes possible, and that works only because the enterprise is trusted.
Where is the number weakest? Where life is hardest?
Temporary and staffing work. Is the employer the agency or the client? Gig and platform work, the cash and informal economy, all sit at the edge of what a survey can see. Statistics Canada estimates an underground economy of $72.4 billion in 2023, about 2.5% of GDP, and publishes it as an upper bound estimate because the thing resists direct observation.
Honest of them.
It is. But read the consequence. The people whose working lives are most precarious are the ones the official numbers describe worst. The precision is highest where the stakes are lowest, and thinnest where they are highest. A bias baked not into intent, but into what is easy to count.
And before the figure is even published?
Definitions have already chosen what it will say. The definitional dodge in a methodology note. In the labor force survey, you are employed if you did 1 hour of paid work in the reference week. 1 hour, however far your hours have fallen. And you are unemployed only if you actively looked for work. A person who stopped looking because they believe no suitable work exists, a discouraged searcher, drops out of the labor force and out of the rate.
Defensible, but not neutral.
Each choice makes the headlines smaller and calmer than the experience underneath it. Statistics Canada knows it, which is why it also publishes R8, the broad measure that counts the underemployed and the discouraged. The rate, the headline, is not.
Prove the number is a construction.
Measure the same thing 3 ways and watch it move. Informal and gig work in Canada, the Labour Force Survey by Self-Report, found about 0.3% offering ride services. Statistics Canada's administrative tax data put gig work at 8.2%. A Bank of Canada survey of informal paid work put it as high as 30%. Same country, same phenomenon, 3 official grade numbers spanning 2 orders of magnitude. So which is the fact? There is no neutral vantage from which one of them simply is the answer. The fact is a function of the instrument, which is exactly what the single published headline is built to obscure. Before citing a rate, name the instrument. A number without its method is a verdict without its evidence.
And the power move. The aggregate is true on average and false for the person, both at once, but only one of those truths is allowed to call itself the data. When a worker who has lived in industry says the official figure
does not match the floor they stand on, the reply writes itself. That is anecdotal. The data says otherwise. The headline's borrowed certainty is spent to turn direct knowledge into noise.
But the experience is the thing being measured.
It is the territory the map was drawn to represent. When the map and the territory disagree, the honest question is, which one was simplified, not which one is allowed to speak.
Strip it to the move.
The fourth one in the grammar. We measured it, therefore we know, therefore your experience is mistaken. The running of a procedure, sampling, weighting, publishing, offered as the verdict on its own subject. The integration stamp, wearing the most trusted uniform there is, the lab coat, the official seal, the decimal place. It completes the arc. The census sold as help, the data sold as protected, and here the figure sold as true. Each promise resting on an authority larger than what it delivers.
The measurement is real.
The certainty stamped onto it is the wash. Separate we measured from we know, and the authority lets go of its grip.
Stated in its limits.
It does not claim official statistics are fabricated, worthless, or made in bad faith. The opposite. Statistics Canada's own R8 and upper bound estimates are an agency naming its limits in public. It does not claim one person's experience always outranks a data set. One life is a sample of one. It does claim this. Every figure embeds choices and gaps. The gaps fall hardest on the precarious, measured worst. The same phenomenon yields wildly different numbers by instrument. And the authority of the official number is laundered into a certainty it has not earned, then used to overrule the lived. The number is a tool. The laundering is the sentence that begins, the data says, and ends by telling a person that what they are living is not happening.
Where does it sit?
It closes a quartet on measurement. Case 10 named measurement as a laundering layer. Case 22 read the census as a compulsion sold as help. Case 23 read the data as a protection sold past its own re-identification. And this reads the figure as a construction sold as a fact. One inversion runs through all four. The apparatus built to see the citizen becomes the authority that overrules them.
Leave them the line.
The aggregate is true on average and false for you. Only one of those gets called the data.